It's my privilege to welcome you all for the grand valedictory function of Regional Consultative Workshop on Implementation of NEP 2020 for Transforming Teacher Education in Southern Region.
School of Education, Pondicherry University, and National Institute of Educational Administration and Planning, NEPA, New Delhi, proudly announce the successful and effective implementation of this consultative workshop on implementation of NEP 2020 for transforming teacher education in this nation. NEP 2020 in Pondicherry University, as I have talked about yesterday, we have to a greater extent effectively implemented NEP 2020 in the university departments and affiliated colleges and our campuses. We have 3 campuses, Andaman, Karaikal and Lakshadweep, and we have 117 affiliated colleges. We have implemented NEP 2020 through these colleges and the centers. We have above 50 departments in the university, so it was, I wouldn't say it was a challenge, it was difficult but not very difficult for us because as NEP demands, we have several disciplines inside the campus and through the colleges. It has been a challenge, but then we have a very supportive Vice Chancellor who is also the Director of Studies. We had enough autonomy and freedom to work on the NEP curriculum framework. During the period of work, we had everything to work on. Departments, the HODs and deans, even the colleges had this freedom of framing the curriculum. We have gone through different steps, and to a greater extent, with a lot of problems also coming in between, we have done it. We still are going through it. We have several committees even now also. Something that after the discussions in the workshop that comes to my mind is, still something is to be done. Though the curriculum is framed based on the National Higher Education Qualification Framework, which decides the mapping of courses based on the qualification network, we have done this to a greater extent, but still it has to be taken care of. NCRF also is to be taken care of. New draft regulation has come from the UGC for multiple entry exit. This also has to be included in the draft regulations. Maybe it also requires a revision based on this. We are working on this. Now regarding the ITEP program, it is one of the first of its kind NEP program in the Pondicherry University in its implementation. Sir, we have made a presentation in the workshop. We have actually decided to make the presentation with a representation from sciences and social sciences. So the Dean, School of Social Sciences, she could not join us. We have planned it so, and we had a Dean from Ramanujam School of Mathematical Sciences, Professor Rajeshwari Sheshadri with me. We have made the presentation together. We had to make this because our NEP syllabus curriculum for ITEP cannot stand on its own. We have to stand it with the NEP 2020 of Pondicherry University. So the ITEP model that we have taken is a conglomeration of both of it, and we have not violated both. We have found a way in between. Still it is with challenges, we are doing it. We are doing it with the complete cooperation of, very good cooperation from the departments of sciences, physics, chemistry and mathematics, and from the social sciences, English, economics and history. We have a complete support, but then I have to thank our Vice Chancellor and Director of Studies. It was possible with his intervention. There were some resistances. It is very natural because one department entering another department is new to the university system. This NEP has changed it. It has to change. So with his help, we were able to do this. But we are still with problems. It is not very easy. NCT's regulations are there. We have to satisfy them. So the major problem is our own understanding of the multidisciplinary nature of NEP courses, especially when it comes to teacher education. We have discussed in depth about this yesterday and today. I wouldn't say it is difficult to run with the university departments because the very idea of getting teacher education courses inside the university is to give this exposure. The students have come inside to make use of or exploit the opportunities that is inside the university which we are giving. To a greater extent, successfully we have been able to do this. They're able to go to Department of Performing Arts, they're able to go to English department, they go to sciences, they go to different departments of social sciences. Even the social science students go to sciences, science students go to social sciences. I don't think we have got any of these opportunities. When I was a chemistry student, I only went to chemistry department. But my students now go all through the university. Beginning they complained, now they are settled with it. They understand the fruitful results of it. Now coming to this teacher education degree, especially because the Vice Chancellor is sitting here, we are giving a dual degree. They get a degree in education. They also get a degree in the particular discipline. We have discussed this. We had a beautiful discussion in the afternoon. I really enjoyed it. I know that you're all tired. I'm also very tired of discussions. It is not like a conference. Conference, we still have some time to enjoy, but then it was a workshop. So all the time, she didn't give us any time to relax. 9:30 onwards, all of us are discussing. I know that you're tired, but I think we also have filled our head with a lot of things. Now with this, though this exposure is good for the students, as teacher educators, as it is, in its spirit, if you have to implement this program, we have something called pedagogy of teaching. For example, physics, pedagogy of teaching. So these two things should go together. How do I teach a school subject, and how the content, how do I learn? How do I learn the content? How do I teach the content? These two things are different. How I learn and how I teach is different. So we are still struggling with it, going to different departments, and pedagogy is taught at our places. We need to establish a place for ITEP. So since VC is here, now we are asking you to help us or support us through this. We must, as soon as possible, establish a separate center, an independent center for ITEP in School of Education, sir. So we seek your support through this. And I also request NEPA, the entire team from NEPA, to place it as a policy to Government of India to help us through. But then at the same time, this is always there in my mind, because from Kothari Commission report onwards, it says that teacher education, the quality of teacher education is still, every time we say it is falling, it is difficult. So this is one reason that it has come inside the university. It is not very new, but then still for us it is new. It has now come inside the university, and it is a trial program. This also pains me that people call it as a trial program. Let it not be a trial program. Let it stay in the university. I do not want it to fade away. So if it has to stay inside the university, we should have our labs. We should have our teachers. At the same time, we also want to have a connection with the pure discipline departments. We do not want to leave it, because I understand there is a lot of difference when the students were taught in my department, and now when they go to physics, chemistry, maths, and economics, I find there are a lot of differences, because in economics, 3-4 faculty differently teach them. And I find the result is good. But from my department, one faculty teaches them, and when they go to that department, their exposure is totally different. This difference I'm finding in the students, they find it very tough. They do not want to go, but then I find this is good for them. Now, another thing that we have discussed, sir, is this. Every department has 20 credits, but then certain semesters we are having 30, 31 credits. Students might complain because NEP says it doesn't know where it is mentioned that it should not be above any limit, but then it is, the previous CBCS regulation of Pondicherry University had a restriction on semester-wise credits. It is also not good to give so many credits to burden them with so much of knowledge. That is also not very correct. We are thinking on these lines how to come up with this kind of a change. Maybe we would do it when we are establishing our own ITEP center, our own ITEP program with its own system, its own teachers, inside the campus. We will do this, sir. Now, one compliment that I have received from NEPA, Pranati madam said, your people of southern region are so much questioning. So I take it as a very good compliment. So when you are questioning so much, it also means that, you as teachers, we are also interested to change the systems. Things have to be changed. Any Education Commission report, if you see the first paragraph, it would say, we are in a very difficult situation. Everything has to change. Teacher education has to revamp. This is the word every time they use. NCT says stringent action will be taken on the colleges. Madam was mentioning this. This is a very serious thing that we have to take a serious note of this. What is it that they are about to give us stringent punishment? That means something is going wrong. If the Dean CDC is here, I would have told him, I actually have invited him here. So we also need to be very serious about running of this B.Ed colleges, B.Ed degrees, and when we are giving permission to start integrated degrees, we need to be very careful that teacher education degrees are given carefully and with its required quality. And with this, I would move on to welcome the dignitaries. I'm so happy our Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University, Professor K. Tharanikaras, is with us. He could not join us on the first day because he had earlier commitments, but he has assured he'll be with us, and now he's here. He is an academician. He's from Chemistry Department, Professor of Chemistry Department, an academician of international repute. He has his postdoc degree with a fellowship from JSPS. He has this Korean Education Foundation's fellowship. He has worked in IIT Madras, Delhi University, and now in Pondicherry University. We are so happy to have him, especially also because he's an academician and he understands our needs. Sir, we are very happy to welcome you to this successful concluding session of the workshop. Now, the NEPA team, I do not have any words to thank them and also to welcome them to this concluding session. Each of them have contributed so much to us, and from this what we understand is this is how you work in your institute. From 9:30 onwards, we were so tired actually. So much of discussions, so much of deliberations, very focused discussions, very deep discussions, including the delegates. Madam Pranati Panda, Madam Madhumita, Dr. Amit Gautam, Dr. A.N. Reddy, you're welcome to this concluding session. Now the delegates from different colleges, diets, departments of state universities and central universities, HODs, faculty, we are so thankful to you for joining us. You knew that it's a workshop, you knew that you have to contribute, and I did not give you much time. It was a very short notice. I think in maybe 2 weeks you got to book your tickets and to decide, leaving your departments back to come here and contribute. It's a workshop, it's not a conference, you also knew that. So, and this area of implementation of NEP 2020, I know that everyone is struggling. The colleges, on an everyday basis, I get a mail from the colleges of their difficulties, and Pondicherry University time to time has become flexible for them to make certain flexible changes, like one MD course from one side to the other side, and we were doing that. You're welcome to this concluding session. Now the principals and faculty who are representing the affiliated colleges from Pondicherry University, I think it had been very useful for them, and also from the local our Pondicherry diet, we have a faculty and the principal. I know it would have been a very different experience for them because all of us are struggling with this, understanding different type of subjects, and especially when it comes to teacher education. Maybe for other disciplines it is much more easier. Ours is very much multidisciplinary. We have to teach many subjects. We really do not know how to put everything together. So this discussion would have been very useful. We are very thankful to you, and you are welcome to this valedictory function. Now, all the PhD scholars, MEd students and ITEP students of Pondicherry University School of Education, the guest house staff, electronic media staff, and electric department staff, you are also welcome here. I think I did not leave anybody. Anybody else who is here are welcome to this valedictory function. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone who is present here. Respected Dean, School of Education, Professor Srikala, then Professor Pranati Panda, Department of School and Non-Formal Education, NEPA, New Delhi, and Dr. Madhumita, Dr. Reddy, Dr. Amit Gautam from NEPA, and Professor Rajeshwari Sesatri, and ex-deans, Professor Chellamani, Professor Mumtaz, and all the dignitaries from Pondicherry University as well as NEPA side, and the students who are the real beneficiary of this workshop. Good afternoon, everyone. So, as I told you, I am really sorry. I should have been there in the inauguration because I worked for School of Education more than whatever I worked for the chemistry department. Madam knows about this. See, if you ask mother, so how is your child? Yes, he is very nice. He is doing well. But how about how was the delivery time? Then say, yes, it was fine. It was painful, but now I am happy that he is good. Same thing, I think, madam, and we are all feeling about this ITEP program. So, I know all of you are all teachers. It is not very easy to introduce the ITEP. It is like having a child. But without labor pain, we cannot have a child. So we had labor pain. Now, maybe it is going through the process even after the kids also. Now, if you see how is your son, yes, he is doing well. Now he is teenage. So now we are going through the teenage problem for this ITEP program. So you understand the pain. That's what Professor Srikala directly she was telling. But still, we don't give up our child. That is the whatever is happening, it is our child. So we have to work for this. We are all supporting this. I know when I visited one of the program, the students were sitting in the hall, in the floor. I really felt very bad. But this is how we started this program, and in fact, the ITEP program, when they announced this, they also said it is the testing model we are introducing it, and correct? Pilot scale model, and they just want to test it, how this is going on. So when they want to do it, the pilot model, I don't know whether you understand this. If we fail this, then our agency will stop the program. So we have to join together and put all our problem under the carpet and show the agency that we are running successfully. Please continue this. This is the motive we all had this in our university, and luckily we have one of the constituent colleges who is already running this program. That's why Professor Chellamani bravely stated this, and then we started this program. To some extent, we are doing excellently well because initial hiccup will be there definitely, because the kind of the infrastructure they require for this, it is not like a program like arts program. Only arts means you can easily do it. Only for humanities you can do it. But when it comes to the science, so we have to struggle. It is not ready-made. You cannot make it. You have to construct slowly. So that is the reason it takes time. But I should really thank the students for their patience, and then because it is not their fault. They are interested in this ITEP program, but since it is a pilot scale, and we are also working along with them how best we can implement this. When it is, it is like the VIP means normal, VVIP means extra normal, like this the education department, other departments are VIP departments, the education departments VVVIP departments, because they are educating the educators. So definitely it is the extra important departments. We have to take care of all the requirements, and whatever is coming in our request, we are taking care. Now starting one department itself is great difficulty, but whereas here starting the chemistry, physics, mathematics, all sociology, everything in one department with all the faculties, it is not very easy. So I don't know, it is still, I leave it to the wisdom of the teachers present in the department, because starting from scratch, I have been with them. So the proposal sent, at that time Professor Gurmeet Singh was there when the proposal was sent. Later on, the how to recruit teachers, which teacher is suitable, who will recruit the teachers, who will finalize the BOS, that is the syllabus, whether the particular, suppose the BSc chemistry, BSc physics, whether it is a equivalent degree can be given, and whether they are eligible for the MSc in the present system. All those things, it is not very easy. It is if the university or if the college is education college, it is VC for them. Now it is the university, and we have a BSc Maths, BSc Chemistry, BSc Physics. Simultaneously, you want to give the similar degree, and definitely this comparison will come. How best we can take further? It is a challenge for us, and that's why we say, we are not giving up. We are definitely taking in the right directions. And I request all the teachers, go back again. Every year we should not close these channels of discussion. The main thing is, suppose the maths teacher may be telling these are the things the BSc maths student should know. But if you say this, then education department, they say, no, there are certain things we have to put it into this scheme. Ultimately, we have to take care both. So when we decide on this, I request all for example, the subject teachers as well as educators, make sure that main thing is taken care. Don't put the pressure on, everything should be taught. It is not possible. So all the maths cannot be taught, all the education cannot be taught also. So we have to make sure that the main thing, even in I am basically chemist, even the chemistry, there are main subjects, main basic principles, there are additional one. Additional one can be skipped, whereas the main hardcore paper, make sure that if it is a maths student, make sure that if they can able to join MSc Maths, they can able to manage, and physics, chemistry also. So don't compromise on this, and similarly don't try to, since you are taking care of the education, don't think that all education B.Ed student who is doing simultaneously, don't expect that all the thing they should also know. So some definitely, when it comes to the CBCS, some component we have compromised. So otherwise, we are not implementing, CBCS without compromising. Same thing when it comes to the NEP, there are more compromised now. So ultimately, it is very difficult to the kind of B.Ed you have taken care, the present, the ITEP program students, definitely there will be a compromise. Same thing, a chemist from here and chemist from the main department and then the education department, definitely there will be a compromise. So instead of considering it as a compromise, so those topics which they can themselves understand, which they can themselves read and understand, those topics we can leave it to them to read. Whereas the main things which they cannot understand without teaching, those things you can include in the syllabus. So you take further and then make sure that, so our university, I expect, should be the role model for the national level. So we have to pave the way for the national level, that yes, we can do it in NEP. So other than this ITEP program, there are many challenges in NEP also. See, now even they call it as MEME, the multiple exit, multiple entry program. So even UGC is now only discussing about how to implement multiple entry, multiple exit. Even now only they formed the committee. UGC has formed a committee, whereas they started in NEP in 2020. But now only they are start thinking about the how to streamline this multiple entry, multiple exit. And ministry, they always, we used to have regular discussion with Additional Secretary, Ministry of Education. So Additional Secretary, they always ask how the NEP is going on in your university, whether the NCRF you have implemented. Then we were thinking, what is this NCRF? NCRF means they have from UKG, then that is kindergarten level to PhD, there is a level. Whether you have implemented this, that means even in your syllabus, you are giving only a code. But along with this, you have to give the NCRF, what is the level, whether it is the 4th level, 1st level, 2nd level, 4th level, as per the NCRF. This is the, if you don't implement in your syllabus, that means NCRF is not taken care. Now they are equating all the courses from UGC, even the NMC, and then your NCTE, then AACTE, and all the courses they are equating now with this NCRF. So they are trying to also move from one section of streamlined into the other section. Like from AACTE now, after 3rd year they are giving BSc degree. 4th year they are giving BTech degree. That means with that BSc degree, they can come and join the MSc here. So like this, they are cross discipline, they are equating everything, so that now from Polytechnic only they can go to the BTech or BE. Now they are implementing, they can go to the BTech student, can go to the regular science course also. So like this they are, I don't know, I can call it a shortcut, but it is going on like this, and they want to give the freedom to the student. Ultimately, they want to give the freedom to the students. Suppose I joined as a this ITEP program, later on I found out that instead of go for teaching, I found out that my research capacity is very high. I want to go to the mainstream, or taking a research or teaching research as the career. So the student should be given the full spectrum of the possibilities. That is the ultimate aim of, if you see the NEP earlier, it is the teacher-centric program. Teacher decides, this is what you have to study, it is your grade, you go and get a job in this. It is a very narrow one. Now, student decides, yes, I joined here, but I am not interested in this, I want to go to this. Where is the possibility? I want to do simultaneously one more program, I can manage, you don't worry about whether I am able to do, forget about this, please allow me, simultaneously I want to do one more program without affecting your regular one. So now the NEP allows. So these are the changes, we are bringing it, and still if you ask, is it radical changes compared to the other countries? Still we are traditional only. It is not radical. There are many radical educational program is available in outside India, but we are teachers are still very rigid. Even in NEP also we are not fully implemented in our university also, because when it comes to the multidisciplinary, there are many things which we cannot operate, which we cannot implement it, because the infrastructure development should be there. So there are many challenges are there. We have just started, and we are implementing it, and there are more options are available now for that is the interesting things. The students can go for the dual degrees, student can go for the double major, all those things are there, but still we are not explored it, because even now itself it is very difficult. The simple implementation of ABC, that is Academic Bank of Credit, still we have not completed 100% for all the students. And the simple, the lateral entry, exit we are giving in our university now, because we have already implemented. But the lateral entry, what is the procedure? Suppose some students wants to join in our courses if vacancy is there. We don't have a policy. So still it is the continuous effort of our all the teachers. So this has to be like this. So this type of discussions, definitely these 2-day discussions would have been very useful, and our Dean was telling the people from our area is very stringent. I also feel the same. So when some letter comes, I was in Delhi University for 7 years. They take it only the right spirit. Okay, they are telling their problem, but it is up to us to decide. But here, even they will add some more also here. Make sure that they will follow good right spirit. So the more you follow, they put more and more pressure to us. This is the I saw in Delhi University. There are many ad hoc teachers still they take, and then ad hoc teachers are teaching. Whereas we got a letter here, you are not allowed to take ad hoc teachers. We don't take ad hoc teachers here, only guest faculties. We are full right and spirit, we are following it. So more and more, this is the kind of, and family also, we always threaten the good child. Whereas the child who's breaching all this, we don't care, don't tell anything. Same thing in our administration also. So we don't want to violate anything, but when it is you have to apply our wisdom. When it is good for the students, okay, it is up to us. Who is going to? You are the decision authority. So go through this, and if something very rigid, which is not possible, it will take time. You take time. Okay, yeah, I got the letter. Okay, we'll implement it from the next year. So like this, it is our comfort is very important. That doesn't mean we have to violate the rule, but it is there are many challenges are there. So that is the way we have to take further. So instead of blaming ourselves, and instead of trying to very hard to adjust ourselves, and those things, we should not do this. Ultimately, so you are all very good at the methodology, teaching methodology, pedagogy, everything. You are all only teaching. Ultimately, our aim is to teach the students what is pedagogy, and what are the methodologies we have to do, and what is the importance of education. So what is the need of education? All those things students should understand, instead of only seeing the rules. We have to see all those things also. So these are some of the points. I can keep on talk also, because I am traveling with them when it comes to the ITEP. I am traveling with them, and I am with them also always. Whatever the request comes, I will make sure that even finance officer is not ready to do. I will make sure them. I don't know whether they received the chairs and tables. Okay, good. There is it is a continuous effort. So madam used to come. So NCT says there is separate building should be there. Where is the separate building for us? We cannot build a separate building instantaneously. So whatever the facilities it is there, we will do it, because the advantage of the central university is they respect the central university. We don't violate many things, we respect, but that respect also we honor. So we don't violate. They also know when they say the pilot scale, they know also the difficulties. So introducing any UG level course in university, it is not only B.Ed. For other also it is very tough. So whether a teacher will go to the student's classroom or student will go to their department, this still the debate is going on. Whether egg comes or hen comes, this debate is going on, same thing is going on now. Let it settle, but it is all very clear in colleges, but it is not clear in university, because every department is separate department here. They no need to go for the other departments. Now suddenly, all of a sudden, they introduced multidisciplinary, so everyone should give the multidisciplinary. Then they will ask, we have hired for only this department, why I have to offer the student for the other department? This is the question. Even some teachers say, don't take those department students. No, why we are all, we should not increase our workload. If you are taking those students, then I should also follow. This debate is going on. I love to hear this, because this is the way we have to settle. This will take time for us. We are all tight compartment departments. And if you take the Western countries, it is fully free. So whatever you read, there you will get the degree and go. They will see only the content. Who is offering it, whether the department is exist or not, all those things are immaterial. But now, here many discussions, we'll see our comforts, and our main aim is to implement. Whether the particular knowledge is reaching the student, that is our main aim. But instead of this, we will leave it then. Who will go there? Who will come here? All those discussions will definitely, it will be there. So this is the way the NEP should go, because multidisciplinary means it is not easy to implement. It will take time, but I am happy that it is going on well. And with whatever even small issue, not only this department, other department, I am getting feedback, and I am also giving some time. This goes out of control. I call for the meeting of every concerned departments, and we are implementing it. It is not only here, even we started the BTech, 6 BTech courses. Think about BTech courses where you have not started already. So we need the workshop, we need the design lab. It amounts, more than 12-13 crores. But we are not shying off everything, because we have a resources, we have a money, but it will take time. It is a matter of time. So with these remarks, I thank the School of Education and NEPA for coming out and organizing a regional consultative workshop on implementation of NEP 2020. So it is definitely, it would have been a brainstorm session, and your understanding is really helpful for the other teachers also. So this type of workshops is the need of the hour, because the NEP is, it is even 2 days ago I saw the news, the cabinet approves National Education Policy 2020. Then what for we are doing this? Cabinet now only approves. What is the 2020 now only approves? I am not understanding what is really going on, and I am also looking for the more sanction post, more fund. It is not coming, and I am also telling wherever I meet, I am telling this. But this is the way, because we cannot tell the students all those things. We have to manage ourselves. So this type of workshops definitely it would have been very useful for them, and I don't know whether the NEPA benefited more, our university benefited more. Definitely our students would have been benefited more, and all the teachers benefited more. So this type of discussion should continue. Let us be open on this, and let us continue this type of discussion, whether it is online or offline. So with this few remarks, I thank School of Education and NEPA for arranging this. Thanks everyone the organizers for inviting me. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir, for inspiring us with your words. Now, to provide us with an insightful debriefing on today's program, I invite Professor Pranati Panda, Department of School and Non-Formal Education, NEPA, New Delhi, to share her reflections. Ma'am, please.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pondicherry University, Professor Srikala, Dean, School of Education, Professor Bandopadhyay, head up the Department of School and Non-Formal Education, Dr. Amit Gautam, the program coordinator, and my colleague, Dr. A.N. Reddy, and all the senior faculty, professor and dean of different universities, as well as faculty of Pondicherry University and the students. So I just want to share with you that we indeed had very enriching deliberation with this in these 2 days regional consultative meet. Before I focus on the kind of engagement we had, I just want to mention here NEPA, and the National Institute of Educational Planning and Administration, NEPA, is a premier institute supporting Ministry of Education, Government of India in policy planning and implementation. And we work from the very basic level like early childhood care and education to higher and professional education. You will not find this kind of institute or university in India, engaging itself from the very beginning to the higher education. So our engagement in research, teaching, and capacity development training program provides us the very holistic understanding about the system, about the practices, about the development and improvement. NEPA is also engaged in many national program and activities. Some of them are were part of that, like national program on school standard and evaluation, Sala Siddhi, school leadership program. Even in the higher education, we have some programs. As part of our endeavor, building capacity at the national level, we have been engaging ourselves in the national consultative meet in the area of teacher education. But this year, we visualized the program at the regional level. When I was looking at the teacher education data, I could understand that the narratives of southern region is very different from that of western and northern region. Sir, in this 2-day deliberation, discussion, we did not follow the very lecturing kind of thing. I think last 4 years, everybody is lecturing on NEP. As if NEP would bring substantial change, I agree with the Honorable Vice Chancellor. Policy are the intended statement. It has to be translated to desired planning and strategic action. Teacher education sector has taken very meaningful initiative during these last 4 years. Within that, the federal government as well as the regulatory body NCTE, they are taking many meaningful initiatives. But the program has to be managed at the bottom level by the School of Education, Department of Education, Teacher Education Institution. So, sir, in the very beginning, we discussed about management of pre-service teacher education in an effective way. And we understood that we have been articulating that teacher education is a very complex phenomena and complex sector as compared to any other professional or general disciplinary sector. So having that understanding, we engaged ourselves in the current development of introducing ITEP program as well as the proposal to bring 1 year, 2 year and 4 year, and what kind of pathways we need to create to address in a meaningful way to institutionalize this program much more effective way. And second part of our deliberation, which no one talks about, that is about the regulation, management and quality in teacher education. So we need to understand that there is multi-layered governance approach towards teacher education. Multiple players playing critical role, and including from Ministry of Education to NCTE to university to the Department of School Education. Teacher education transformation equally depends on the good governance. Therefore, sir, as per our research, what we have found out that it is over-regulated under governance. Teacher education requires good governance, good mechanism, good support system to implement the recommended program in a rightful manner. Within our deliberation, there were many senior persons here who are the head and deans of different universities, flagged the challenges for implementing. Challenges are not considered as issue or obstacle, rather it was considered as a point for reform agenda, point for clarifying the confusion, because there are multiple stakeholders giving their agenda and everything bouncing back on the teacher education department. And third part, we focused on the very critical role of the university. I'm so happy that Pondicherry University and many other universities have created a very desired ecosystem to implement these courses in rightful manner. We cannot expect within 2 years or 1 year to implement it in a very, very perfect manner. We would be evolving, we would be learning. So, but our deliberation supported the similar challenges and issues across the university and department. There are a bit of confusion. Some points we clarified, but one of our major recommendations to all universities as well as to the regulatory body to provide a very, very planning framework to all the school of education, because so many stakeholders and so much of participation, complexity, credit transfer, entry, exit, and so on and so forth. We have separate document at UGC level, we have separate document at NCTE level, but somehow both are not considered in a very cohesive way. That kind of challenges our teacher educator, our deans, our head of the departments are really countering in their day-to-day life. And it is very difficult to convince the vice chancellor of any university. He himself accepted it was most challenging to implement. So how do we overcome these challenges? We need to have documents, planning documents for effective institutionalization. We have been telling NCT also, but in a very diversified context, we need to play very, very significant role. That's why I do agree with Sir. NEP has talked about autonomy and accountability, not only of the university, but also of the faculty. So what kind of autonomy all the universities should have in implementing any kind of teacher education courses, along with the accountability and also achieving the outcome and target. That we deliberated. And we had 3 group presentation. One on managing pre-service teacher education curriculum, pedagogic management, and they deliberated very, very in a very in-depth manner. I think some of the question and solution came up in this consultative workshop. I must thank to all of you, most to Srikala and Pondicherry University to provide this platform. And secondly, we could understand the complexity of regulation of teacher education, because university context is regulated by another regulatory body and teacher education is regulated by another regulatory body. So converging both the regulation and coming out with a very impactful transformation. It's not that difficult, but as teacher educator, we need to flag our voices from our own research and evidences and the experiences what we shared it here. And last part, we discussed about the policy dialoguing process. Like there are few people using NEP courses. NEP is not a course. NEP has recommended something, and we always say NEP is the intended statement. And this intended statement could be translated as per the guidelines. And with lot of autonomy and accountability, I am repeating again, if our accountability, autonomy is snatched by anybody, we need to really voice that. Because as teacher educator, as university, and as academia, we need to have collective voices. Nothing critical. We don't criticize, sir. We don't tell anything because we are part of the policy making. It's globally translating policy into action is a challenging phenomenon, not only in India, because people talk about policy to practice, we talk about policy, planning, implementation, financing as well. And we are a developing countries, and we understand that we have got 15 lakhs teacher in the higher education sector. We have got 9.7 million teacher, highest in the world database. And as developing country, we need to invest because centrality of teachers is acknowledged everywhere. And this NEP, sir, has presented teacher, higher education teacher, teacher education in 3 places. Approaches to teacher education and even higher education teachers are highly critiqued. I have been taking classes on higher education teachers, sir. The only one word is that teachers are not motivated. So when they have talked about the higher education teachers not motivated and not performing as they are expected to perform, our teacher educator also comes, they come also under that category. They are not out from that. So strengthening the teacher agency across all the levels is a major responsibility as part of the national development. Our country is committed. We all are committed, but my major focus is that the operational efficiency of each department should be enhanced, and Vice Chancellor also has agreed. Many central universities, state universities have skeletal faculty. So many faculty, desired faculty should be given to the department, and operational efficiency of the institution department need to be strengthened. With lesser faculty, huge mandate, possibly we cannot achieve the quality. So, sir, the critical role of university, either in form of managing department or school of education or affiliating to the affiliating many teacher education is very, very critical at this juncture, and we need to work collectively, and we have collected the voices, suggestions, solutions from all these senior faculty who participated here, and we are documenting that. We would be sharing to everybody, and all platform we are collating. We have also had Northern Regional Consultative made, and consecutively we are doing. But at the ground level, we need to see much more changes from your perspective. I could understand that all of you are putting lot of efforts to bring change at your own level. And I must say my special thanks to Pondicherry University, more specifically to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, allowing us, agreeing us for this collaborative endeavor. And my special thanks to Srikala. I was on leave for a while, and Srikala was also, the university was on holiday or something, but we never considered that as the obstacle. Continuously she was in touch with me, and I was in touch with her how to make this program a success. And in the background, Dr. Amit Gautam and one of our office staff, I need to mention Mr. Madan Mohan, who supported. Above all, I just want to mention two names here. Madhumita, who is the head of the department, always supported in this organization of this workshop. She would come to my room and give lot of suggestion, and she also gave a good suggestion to capture the issues, challenges as the transformative agenda, and ready, I would call any time to my room and we would be discussing and working. So our team effort has given this result. Along with that, Professor Srikala and her team really played critical role. All the faculty sitting here, I appreciate all your support, and my heartfelt thanks to all the students who are here. They really came out, they provided a lot of suggestion also. They also participated, sir, in some of the deliberation, and thanks to all. And we would be keeping in touch because we have the WhatsApp group. Any suggestion, any improvement, most welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for inspiring us with your words. Now, we open the floor for a feedback session of the workshop to share. So I request participants to come on the rise and share your views.
Good evening, all of you. Most respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais. It's that I feel gifted to give our feedback about this consultative workshop. It's indeed a gesture of giving gratitude for this program. This has been very meticulously planned by NEPA team as well as by that School of Education, Pondicherry University. On behalf of the participants, I extend our heartfelt thanks for organizing such a productive consultative workshop here. Our sincere thanks to Dr. Professor Pranati Panda Madam, and head of the department, Dr. Madhumita Upadhyaya Madam, and Sir Dr. Amit Gautam Sir, and Dr. Reddy Sir. Being as a program director, Dr. Pranita Madam has given us a very good gift, I should say. That is a concept note, ma'am. Really, we should give a big hand to ma'am for producing such a great academic feast to us. Really, we'll be reviewing that. That has been the extract for this thing, and we are very much thankful for that. And as per the meticulous planning, the program was conducted as per the schedule. Only one big lapse was there that we are looking for, that missing. That was that presidential address by our Honorable Vice Chancellor. That was only missing, and it is duly compensated now. That again we extend our heartfelt thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir for giving us again a good like a compensative presidential address. Again Sir has given us his insights to us. We are very indebted to you, sir. Thank you very much. And the team from Pondicherry University, Dr. Srikala, Dean, and former Dean, Dr. Mumtaz Madam, and Dr. Chellamani ma'am, and they have all been very, very cordial to us. And this consultative workshop had been such a, deliberations were very useful, and there was no lengthy lectures, and it was all brainstorming procedure sessions were there. The deliberations were so contagious That evening, even during the dinner session also, we used to have some discussion about this transformative initiatives. Because we are not very clear about this implementation, or we are sometimes skeptical, and the procedure, how it are all in that experimental stage. We used to continue this the sharing, academic sharing, that was very good. And the deliberations, what would have happened in 4 days has happened in 2 days, madam. That's a very success of this workshop. And everyone participated, and for every participant enough space was given. And I must extend my heartfelt thanks to the scholars, research scholars of this university, and that other students of the School of Education. Really, they are all participating. In addition to their logistic help, all these things, they are all into academics. This is a very good sign of good teachers will be having for our motherland. Very hearty congratulations for having you all here. Really, it was very good. And we were also given our, what to say, this, it is said, action speaks louder than voice. Like that it is. All logistics, everything was taken care of. And we are very happy that Madam has told that they will be continuing their support and academic guidance to us. Thank you, one and all.
Good evening to one and all. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pondicherry University, esteemed Dean of Pondicherry University, very resourceful personnel from NEPA, Professor Pranita, Professor Madhumita, Professor Gautam, Professor Reddy, all my co-participants. It's indeed a pleasure to express my thoughts about the 2-day consultative workshop. I'm Dr. Usha Ajit Kumar. I'm Professor and Head, School of Education, Shastra University. Firstly, I would like to say that the 2 days consultative workshop was well structured, very informative, very methodically planned. Other highlight of this 2 days workshop was that it was successful in bringing together policymakers, educators, and all the different stakeholders on one platform and discussing, deliberating from different perspectives. I would like to highlight 3 things about this 2 days workshop. Firstly, the informative modules. As my previous speaker already told you, the concept note was in-depth, intense. So we have got that, which covers all the critical themes of ITEP, whether it is the pedagogical concept, whether it is pre-internship management, governance, profiling. Every critical area has been well covered in that concept note. So this is one highlight of this workshop. Second highlight is the expert-led discussion. So we had experts from NEPA, Professor Pranati, who would share our views and really throw open the platform for others to add their views. So it was an expert-led, expert-moderated, expert-monitored sessions. The third and the very important highlight of this 2-day workshop was the interactive format. So we had group discussions, group presentations, and we had Q&A sessions. So that is a session which led to a lot of knowledge sharing and collaboration. And that session was truly interactive, and that will go with us for a very long way because it was a kind of experiential learning. I would also like to thank the wonderful hospitality extended by Pondicherry University. And when we leave here, we participants, we have a lot of takeaways. Many of our concerns, our questions have been answered, but still there are some concerns regarding multiple entry exit, regarding the credit framework. And my only request is, let us keep up this momentum. Let us at least have some follow-up sessions, or let us at least have that WhatsApp group active by sharing our concerns and sharing some documents and curriculum, and that's how we can keep it, if not lifelong, a little more, we can extend it beyond these 2 days. Thank you once again, all the organizers, School of Education, Pondicherry University, NEPA, all my co-participants, my student friends, thank you once again. It was wonderful 2 days.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable feedback. Now, to acknowledge the efforts and participation of everyone, we now proceed with the certificate distribution.
Every successful event is a result of teamwork, dedication, and support. To express our heartfelt gratitude, I invite Dr. Amit Gautam, Associate Professor, Department of School and Non-Formal Education and Deputy Director of UG, Malviya Mission Teacher Training Center, NEPA, New Delhi, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone present here. All the dignitaries on the dais, my friends and dear students. So, I feel immensely proud to get this opportunity to present in the vote of thanks as a program coordinator of the regional consultative workshop on the implementation of NEP 2020 for the transforming teacher education in the southern regions, that is organized by the School of Education, National Institution of Education Planning and Administration, New Delhi, in the collaboration of School of Education, Pondicherry University, Pondicherry. So friends, in last 2 days, we were discussing a number of things that is quite essential and unique for us also. In last 2 days, we discussed lots of essentials part of in the workshop, because we have the multiple layer governance role models. So everybody is expecting from our side that we have performed the larger side also. We also discussed lots of challenges, but this is a part of the process. We cannot do anything, but we have to get and we have to find out the solution also. So we did in the workshop, we also did lots of brainstorming, and I was also part of the various group, and I observed this part. Then we received the wonderful solutions also. Some of friends are also already worked in the NCT, and they also put lots of things also. So definitely it's a because in the university system, I don't have any doubt to say this part, that for the teacher education, generally we don't get the special ecosystem for implementation, the expected part in the university system. So that is the main lacuna in the part. When we talk about the accreditation process, then we get each and everything in the university system. After that, again, we are facing the issues related to the access, related to the infrastructure, related to the integration. So that's a different part. But from last day, we are so confused. Firstly, we have to face the ITEF, then second year B.Ed, then second year M.Ed, again the different curriculum, then again the first year B.Ed and first year M.Ed. So we have to taken care of this part also, how to overcome by these challenges also, because it's a part of the process. And basically we have to implement the NEP also. And along with this NEP, they also talked about the special emphasis on the teacher education also. So dual mode mein we have to implement this part. So thank you so much for being here. As a teacher educator, we believe we can be a part of this challenge. We can provide the solution. We can easily implementation these kind of things, but it will take little bit time also. So thank you so much for being here. So now it's a time for the formal vote of thanks, and it's again my great privilege and honor to me to propose a vote of thanks on the valedictory session of this regional consultative workshop on the implementation of NEP for the transforming of the teacher education in the southern region. So let me first of all start by giving the glory to Almighty God for making this regional workshop a resounding success. So on the behalf of the National Institution of Education Planning and Administration, first and foremost I would like to express my deep sense of gratitude to the Vice Chancellor of this Pondicherry University for gracing today's valedictory session and delivering the address also. In the spite of all, he spared time from his busy schedule to grace the occasion and shared very valuable things with us also. So thank you once again, sir, being here, being a part of this valedictory session. I would also like to extend my special thanks to the Vice Chancellor NEPA, Professor Shashikala Vanjari, for her constant support and dynamic leadership of NEPA and special support of this program. And firstly, I wanted to convey my thanks to all the participants for their presence and involvement in the program. And I'm also thankful of all the Central University, State University, SCRT of the Southern Region for their nominations and the special participation in the consultative workshop. And I will take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to the Professor Pranati Panda, Program Director, and for being a constant motivator and guiding force in all our endeavor to excel in the field of the teacher education as well. And she is the person behind the idea and guiding force of this collaborative program. Thank you, madam. And I also take this opportunity to express my deep gratitude to my colleagues, Professor Madhumita Bandyopadhyay and Mr. A.N. Reddy, who always stand by us. Thank you to you also. And I feel proud and thank you for making this program as a success one. And now permit me also to thanks the Professor Shrikala, Dean School of Education, for providing the all kind of the support for this workshop, and special her efforts and the collaborations with this Pondicherry. Once again, madam, I am very thankful to you for your wonderful effort and special hospitality for us as well as for the participant also. So I must say you are the backbone of the program from the Pondicherry side. So thanks to you. And along with her, I also wanted to convey my regards to the all member of the organizing committee from School of Education side, Professor Mumtaz Begum, Mr. Bala Murugan, Dr. K. Chelamani, Dr. Vijay Kumar, and all the ITEP staff. So you are also deserve the big applause from our side for your efforts, and I cannot thanks everyone enough for their willingness and the involvement to take on the completion of the program beyond the comfort zone. So I especially thanks the people who have been the backbone in this for this event also. So firstly, the support of the NEP administration and especially the Pondicherry administration, Pondicherry University administration, headed by the registrar and the entire team of the administration, is thankfully acknowledged for all kind of possible support. We know for this kind of academic program, we always require the back-end support from our administration side also. I would like to especially mention the support of all the research scholars and the MAD students who have made tireless effort to make this program possible. So a special thanks to the MAD and the PhD scholar of this School of Education, Pondicherry University. I'm observing this part from last 2 days. You are doing the wonderful job. So big thanks to you, and thank you so much for your cooperation, for tireless effort also. Last but not least, one and all for the support. And I must say here, all is well, the end well. Finally, I leave you with the impressive quotation by the Henry Ford. He said that coming together is a beginning, keeping together is a progress, and working together is a success. So once again, I would like to say thanks to each and everyone who are directly and indirectly associated behind the success of this 2 days consultative program in the collaboration of this Pondicherry University. We thank you for being with us this evening. It's a great pleasure. Thank you once again. Thanks to you all. Thank you, sir.